Hi, my name is Camille and I live full-time in my 2016 Ford Transit van, which is Monica. So welcome in my tiny home. So I really like to cook. I'm a dietitian. I love food. I love cooking. So it was like the main point building my van. I wanted a space to cook and storage, and like it would be like nice, easy, and fun. So first thing first, a little bit in the way, let's say, we have my oven. It's a propane oven. I do have a propane tank under the vehicle to fill my oven. And I can cook with those stove burners, and inside also for muffin, banana bread, whatever you want. Also on that little area, I have my partition wall with a cute pocket door that I can lock like that from the inside. For me, and also a cool or nice thing that I wanted is to have a little bit more safety. Since I travel alone, I'm a woman, so I wanted to be able to separate the wall, divide the space, and I wanted to be able to look it. Also on that wall we have my heater. It's an Espar. The outlet is out there, and my space is really small, so it's heat up pretty quickly. And I've been living in full-time in the winter, -40, and it's amazing. Like it stays 23 inside if you want, so that's really handy. 2019, I did travel here in the Rockies 2 months in a row, like with Dodge Caravan in a tent. I'd never been that happy in my life, and I was like, oh, okay, how can I do that again? It took a couple years for me to discover van life through friends showing me, oh, do you know where you can do that? And I was like, holy, what? And I started looking into it, and yeah, I bought my van. It was in 2020, so a little bit more than a year after that trip. So across the stove here we have my favorite spot, which is the cooking area. So I do have a lot of storage inside. Everything is locked because we live in a van, so everything is moving around. I do have all of cooking supplies, so sugar, it's all out in French, sorry, sugar, oats, flour. I do have plates, I do have mugs, so everything is organized in here. I also have extra storage space with my little mason jar that I can just untie like that and be using up. And on the other side I have all my knives because I love to cook, obviously, and all my spice. This is a custom spice rack with my little sink. This just removed like that, so I can put dirty dishes in it. Reality of van life, you have dirty dishes to hide, so that's really nice, and that gives extra also counter space. And I'm using my sink to grow my sprouts, which are not really growing right now, but later. Cool, so for the lower part of the kitchen we have my fridge and freezer and all the water system. So my fridge used to be a 120 volt fridge, and I got converted to a 12 volt compressor, which works really amazingly, doesn't burn the battery, and it's really efficient. My fridge and freezer doors are locked with those little clips, so when I'm moving, I'm driving, it doesn't open and like just goes everywhere. It happened, but not when it's locked. And under the sink obviously is the water system. I can open it like that for you. So I've got the gray water tank and my fresh water, which is a 23 gallon. And my water also has a hookup on the outside, so my gray water can just flow directly underground. So when I'm just like washing my hand, if I'm just in a gravel parking lot, I will just let the water go outside, so it doesn't like gets my gray water tank that easily. It takes much more longer. And I've also had just a little extra like dishes, sponges, and everything just to clean the dishes. So on my sliding door back, well, my side door, I did reuse all my leftover of the wood building the van, and I did try to make something pretty. So I was like, oh, that's a pretty huge canvas to do something, so I just draw some mountains with a sunset. It's really nice when the door is closed. It's really like close up and make a hole with the rest, so it's really nice. Also, living in a van, you need a lot of place to like hook up things, so I have a lot of hooks to just like dry clothes or everything. Also a couple of photos because I love memories, and a little like cap hanger that I made myself, which is also pretty handy because I have a lot of a lot of caps. And obviously we have the stove that we talked before, and underneath is just like storage, so it's all like cutlery, pots and pan, and everything is obviously locked. This is a really multifunctional space. First of all, we all have my electrical, so just like the solar panel controller, we have the inverter, the voltage, and all the switches for like a water pump, fan up top, and everything. Also, a little addition to my kitchen, so all my oil to cook are up there. This is also serve as a bench, as you can see, and underneath it, we all have my garbage can and recycle bin, a couple of other like stuff, but mostly that. And this also space serve as my workspace. So as I say earlier, I'm a dietitian, so I work with clients, so I only sat on that little bench that folds up into a table. I can show you later, and my client basically just see my certificate and just see a kind of a plain wall and I can just like work super easily in there. So obviously under the bed is a massive tons of storage. I can access most of the thing from inside, but also from outside. So when I lift that little table here, I have all my electrical system. We don't really see well, but all my battery, all my inverter, controller up there. And I also have a lot of extra food, extra clothes, blankets. I put my laundry back there, shoes. It's really like everything is in there. And I also store that little outlet here that I can just put here. So that makes a really cool table for working. And that other seat, which is nice to have someone over, is also my toilet. So underneath in here, I don't know if you can see, but there's my little domestic toilet, all my toilet supplies, I guess, that is up there. First thing my mom said was like, oh, that doesn't surprise me. Like, I was like, okay, I'm that predictable, okay. But yeah, they were both, my parents both, and my dad was really excited to have like something to build with me. It was really exciting. And my mom was like, okay, we need to find you a way you can work on the road and everything. So they were both like really thrilled about it. And also my friends find it really, really cool, really nice. I'll say it's kind of hard to like keep in touch with friends while you're kind of so far away from home. But yeah, they're all supportive and really excited to have news and see photos and everything. So this is the bed area. It's just a normal double-sized bed. I think it's a 6-inch foam. It's really comfortable, and it's really nice for 1 or 2 people. On that wall, I just have a little bit of like decoration. I like to draw, so I have a couple of my drawing up there, and I built a kind of a hammock for clothes, so it's just extra storage space. In the winter, I removed that little hammock, and those 2 handles I can put up skis, so I do have also my skis sleeping with me in the winter. Also on the back, we just have extra storage. Currently it's just my curtain for the windows, so those are insulated for winter. It's a must. And this also folds up to close the space and have a little bit of privacy and dark for sleeping. A little bit of macrame also. And if I turn around, this is, well, everything. It's closed on one side and like gear on the other side. So this is a thing that I built obviously myself. I reused some of the pallet wood from like a hot tub and thing, and I stained it white. Everything is also locked, and I do have all of my clothes 4 seasons, so starting from the swimsuit to all the things for skiing, I do have everything in there. A little bookshelf because I like to read. I have also a lot of pens and pencil to draw, and this is mostly my gear, so tent, backpack, everything to hike, camp, or whatever, and obviously on the top a little extra for socks and everything. So yeah, this is pretty handy. I kind of really like my Hammock rack. I'll say a big thanks to Martin for that. He built it for me, and yeah, I really like that. Yeah, it's really nice just to be able to sit and read, and yeah.
And the solar rack is pretty sweet.
The solar rack is really sweet too, but yeah, on the most enjoyable way, I'll say the Hammock rack.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Cool, so Monica is a 2016 Transit. I've got a medium roof and it's a 148 wheelbase. Monica has a cool deck on the top. It's a really nice spot for sunset and beer. I also have an awning and 2 solar panel that lifts up for 525 watts of solar, which is a big amount. And also at the back, I have a wonderful feature. It's a hammock rack, which is also really wonderful to admire the view. So this is the garage space. It's like almost half of the bed size storage. I do have a lot also in there. So I have chairs, table, bug screen, which are really handy. I do have my inflatable paddleboard, woods, tools, extra jug of water. On that side, I also have a lot of shoes. I'm into running, so I like to have a different pair of shoes for different occasion. And on that side, we have the shower. I can hook up my shower to my propane. Currently, it's not hooked up to my water because it's still freezing during the night, so I don't want to take any chances, but this is really handy. I can set up a curtain in there and I can have like a shower with a little bit of privacy. And on the other side, this is my foldable ladder, which is really handy because I can like clean the snow on my solar panel on one side and like go up on the deck on the other side. So it's really nice to be able to move it around.
Looking back also, this winter I had trouble with my heater, and just like being able to face the challenge without a heater and being like -30 was really memorable. Maybe not in the most positive way, but it was really, I mean, we're laughing at that story now, so that's the important.